The woman was grabbed by a strong man. She pleaded with him to let her go, but the man still committed an atrocity against her. By the time the police arrived, the woman had already stopped breathing. The man was very smug, then raised his hands in surrender. The woman's husband, a police officer, also returned home. But when he saw his wife, Mason angrily drew his pistol and was about to shoot the murderer. His colleague dissuaded him because the man had already confessed his crime. Mason recognized the man as Victor, who he had arrested before. Obviously, this was an act of revenge. Mason pointed the gun at his head, and his face gradually contorted. But in the end he had to put down the gun. Now he suddenly hated his profession. After his wife's death, Mason still fell into remorse. So he loaded all the bullets into the gun, then told his colleague his plan, and then rushed into Victor's hideout and shot Victor's subordinates. Soon, his police colleagues also rushed over. Mason didn't give any explanation, just knelt on the ground. Soon, Mason was sentenced to prison. Since Victor was also imprisoned in this prison, Victor found Mason, grabbed the food, and warned him. However, he underestimated Mason's determination. After returning to his cell, Mason took out a ballpoint pen and sharpened its outer shell. A weapon was thus made. Then Mason launched a surprise attack on Victor's subordinates. After a fierce fight, he finally knocked the opponent down. But before he could catch his breath, he was grabbed by two other subordinates of Victor. But Mason wasn't panicked at all. He directly flipped the black guy over. Then he broke free from the restraint and instantly broke the bald guy's neck. The black guy tried to launch a surprise attack but unexpectedly stabbed his comrade. Mason then grabbed the wire nearby. After blocking the opponent's attack, he tied him up. But he didn't kill him immediately. Instead, he took him to the rooftop. He aimed at the prison guards below and threw him down. He crushed 2 people to death, and the weapons nearby were taken by the prisoners. With a gunshot, a riot broke out in the prison. Mason also got a chance to fight Victor. But due to the difference in body size, Mason could only take the beating. Soon Mason was knocked down. Victor picked up the pistol on the ground and started taunting Mason while aiming at him. However, Mason took out his homemade weapon and slit Victor's throat. Mason stood up, picked up the pistol and avenged his wife.